Good morning, good evening, and hello. I'm back. Um, I missed a day of recording because I need to do chores and stuff. But I did do still my Enfield chores. I did dailies and stuff, and I already did them today too. Oh, I got oh password. That's cool. And I think the plan right now is I don't think we're gonna do story. I think we're just gonna continue reading. I kind of just want to get it all out of the way. After that last reading session went on a lot longer than I thought. I think
where are we headed?
we're going to read. We got to read these text messages. That's the next thing, and they've been piling up. People keep texting me. My phone's been blowing up. So I need to do that, and then maybe
Looking for me?
an off record or two.
Distract them.
And I think that might be it for this episode because that's gonna take a while. Oh, and there's the where is it? Database? Yeah. Gotta read the database too. And then once we're like done with all that reading, we can just continue. We can continue and read stuff as it pops up without letting it all pile up. Okay. So that's my idea right now. So we'll start with the text messages because that's like some character stuff. And they've been piling up and it's been annoying me. Ardelia wants to talk about Tales of the Rock. Is this the Originium she came out of? The Reclaimer? Okay, speaking of Reclaimers, I was having thoughts, you know, that they're gonna like torture us with this Reclaimer stuff, aren't they? Like they already showed us healthy Ardelia here right now. They're gonna show like living okay Yelena slash Frostnova, and I'm not gonna be able to deal with it. They're gonna show me Alina Gray, and I'm not gonna be able to deal with it. Wait. Actually, wait. Was Alina infected? Tallulah was infected. Well, she infected herself. But and Alina left with Tallulah after, you know, the whole thing with the village. But actually, yeah, now that I think about it, was Alina infected? Oh no, did she become infected while they were running? The uncle was also infected when he tried to turn himself in for Tallulah. If you haven't played Arknights, don't worry about it. This won't mean anything to you. You'll probably forget it by the time you get there. Huh. Yeah, actually, I don't know if Alina Gray is was infected. But if she was, if they show me Alina or Yelena, I will not be able to deal with it. I won't. Okay, anyways. Professor, would you like to check out some rare rocks I've recently discovered? Of course. Of course, I've always found your rock collections fascinating. They are more than just rocks. I see them as talking tomes and hidden treasures. Here, let me show you this one first. It's a nice rock. She really is a geologist. What is this? Suevite. It's formed during an impact event. Inside you can see melted minerals fused together. See how the crystals sparkle across the surface? When I picked it up from the crater in the frontier, the whole place shimmered under the sun, as if the earth was blanketed in diamonds. That's cool. So it came from a meteor impact? Are we still having meteor storms like Terra? That's right, like footprints left behind by a traveler from beyond the sky. I've always hoped that someday we'll reach further into the stars and finally have a conversation with the wider universe. I too look forward to the day when we can explore its deepest reaches. Now, Professor, take a look at this one. It's a piece of blighted tillite? It's natural, but also scarred. Okay, more of this blight stuff. It was taken from the ancient glacial deposit, but its surface bears clear traces of the blight. As far as I know, it's the oldest evidence of blight damage we've found in rock. Oh. Ancient glacial deposit. Its surface. Hmm. How old is it? It's proof of Talos 2's earliest wounds left by the Blight. Exactly. Every time I look at it, I remind myself that not only must we record the history of the Blight, we must also strive to bring it to an end. So, like in my mind, the Blight is what we brought to this planet, Originium. But everyone's so focused on this other capital B Blight and how useful Originium is against fighting that Blight that I don't know if anyone's, like, cares about what is at least relative or, in their perspective, a much more minor concern versus, when compared against the Blight. Originium, that is. So, interesting perspective. I have my own perspective. But yeah. Exactly. Every time I look at it, I remind myself that not only must we record the history of Blight, but we must also strive to bring it to an end. Could you tell me about your most cherished specimen? Where did you find it on Talos 2? My most cherished one? Actually, it doesn't come from Talos 2. It comes from Terra? Not from Talos 2. What is it then? What's that? It's this piece of obsidian, of course, a volcano. Volcano glass. Obsidian? Do you like how it shines? You don't often see something like this on Talos 2. I found it near a volcano in Siesta. It's precious because it represents Terra itself. Yep. Like the very first event ever in Arknights. I see, it truly carries great meaning. You should keep it safe. Old Siesta. Japan. I haven't read his thing yet, so I really know nothing about him. But the refund dispute. I know him from the prosthetic arm boys conversation or record. He shared me a product linked Rama Battleship Comprehensive Analysis. Book description: a spacecraft from distant stars crashed through Talos' atmosphere. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry about that, Edmund. Didn't mean to send that link your way. Man, the TGCC shop page is all flash and no function. Pop-up coupons 1 second, group deals the next, but the basics? Total mess. Who in their right mind puts refund next to share? A spacecraft from distant stars crashed through Talos' atmosphere. Is that real? Like there's just a space ship that crashed here? Like we came from a warp gate, not a spaceship. So what civilization did the spaceship come from? Or yeah, why refund? Or is this like fiction or something? What's wrong with the book? Why refund? My bad, should have checked before hitting buy. Snagged some steel and a used engine from the UWST the other day. Figure I'd slap together a mini high-speed battleship for fun. Thought this was a legit battleship manual. Turns out it's sci-fi. Flipped through a few pages and this was like, since when do we have tech this fancy? Okay. You're fighting the Dejang? A battleship? Wait, you're not planning to take on Dejang, are you? Come on, don't mess with me like that. It's just a toy, all bark and no bite, just made for fun. Speaking of which, Endman, you got any interest in this book yourself? So he's like an engineer of some kind? I mean, I keep forgetting his name. It's Li Feng, I think. Did he was his arm made by Japan? Did it say that in the operator record? I've already forgotten. I don't know. I know he was like training Li Feng. Did it say he made his arm? Maybe it did. Honestly, the mini battleship sounds way more fun. What's the specs on that thing? Now we're talking. Perfect match. Back when I was still at HIS, I secretly built a mini high-speed battleship right under the noses in my office. Tried attacking the underground storage with it. Ended up plowing straight into a bin of scrapped experiment samples. Whole building reeked of rotting fin for days. Once I got this new mini speedster shipworthy, you're definitely getting a front row demo, Endman. Gonna polish the design real nice and make it look proper and intimidating. Just you wait. The crew's gonna lose their minds when they see this thing. Ah, hell, didn't mean to chew your ear off like that. Next round's on me. We'll grab a proper meal and really talk about it. You did? You did type a lot. And now after reading all those previous log entries, I know what HS is. I don't remember what it stands for right now, but I know it's the Yon Science department and one of the big three, all that stuff. Heard you're a great chef. Sure, been hearing legends about your cooking. I'll bring the appetite. Ah, soon, mark my words. Gonna grab a copy of Dual Purpose Battleship Maintenance. Yeah, don't know if that one's real either. Talk to her. Guest of honor. Inman, if it's not too much trouble, could you participate in the drill? Drill? Is this the same rescue drill you proposed for the Dijon? Yes, Supervisor Perlica approved it earlier, and with no urgent missions, I started the prep. But the initial drill scenario I planned turned out to be too challenging. Even the operators who came to help with preparations couldn't complete it. Since the previous version was too demanding, I've simplified the official drill this time. I removed all the specialized medical protocols and kept only the essential emergency response procedures. Yeah, what can I do? And what do you need me to do by then? How do I put this? Basically, we'll need you to play the part, whether that's unconscious patient on the field, distressed survivor in a blighted snowstorm, or starving traveler who forgot their rations. Don't worry, it'll be a breeze. You just focus on looking dramatically helpless. I'll do the demo. Yeah, I think a lot of people would jump in to help Endman. In that case, it would really help audience participation if Endman was helping in this situation. I did some role playing in front of like the whole class when I just recently did CPR training like 2 weeks ago now. I was like one of the 3 people that volunteered. I was the person that said go get the AED, and I fake used it on one of those test dummies. Yeah, just use a dummy, but I think, yeah, you'll get a lot more audience participation if it's the Endman. Why don't you just use a dummy? I don't have to play a role in every drill, do I? Well, it's because everyone here at Endfield looks up to you, Endman. I figure having you personally involved would motivate more volunteers to sign up, which is why I came up with this plan. Sorry, I should have explained properly from the start. I just worried you'd say no if I asked outright, and then I ended up making it even more awkward. No, it's fine, sure thing. Oh, good, but I'd also like to try something else aside from the rescuee. Ah, of course. As our special guest, you're welcome to play anything you like. Wait, does that mean you're actually agreeing to participate in the drill? Yep, see you then. Great, I'll send you the updated drill protocol right away. I'll treat you to my specialty dish after the drill. Oh man, I'm getting so much food out of this. This is why you help people. Free food. Oh, SOS. I need your help. What's the situation? Soth? Do we know who Soth is? I think there's a situation at the camp. Let's head to the camp and talk to him. Oh, I was actually working on stuff at the camp, and I think I kind of saw a little bit of this. That's for like a quest, isn't it? I need to do that. Oh, I'm safe scouting right now. Keep you safe. Let me know if you need. Okay, that's when he went running off in the cutscene. Music taste. Endman, ever heard of Frontier Obsession? The song's been blowing up everywhere. It is a pretty blunt song name. It's a pretty blunt song name. What kind of music is it? It was on Metal Scar Radio before it got a lot of hype. Here's the link, Frontier Obsession, full of mysterious, dizzying vibes from the deep. Is this like actually on the web? I'm actually going to look it up. Because is Metal Scar Radio what Monster Sirens calling themselves now? For Endfield? Frontier Obsession. No, I don't think so. It's at least not popping up when I just type it in. Metal Scar Radio. Dude, does, okay, Arknights, Enfield. I did listen to Burning, which was, Lavatane's theme. Do they have more music here? I need to watch all these videos. I haven't, like, watched any of them. Any of these trailers and stuff. There's a fucking One Republic song. I heard about that a little bit, but I kind of forgot about that. No, I don't see anything. There's Metal Scar Radio 1. The signal is still pulsing. At anything? Is that multiple songs or is this just one song? I don't know. Okay, I don't think I see it anywhere. It's like a fake radio station. It is. Okay, well, at least it's a real radio station, I found out. But I don't know if the song's anywhere in this. Okay. I can't form an opinion of myself. I tried finding the song. Definitely a unique style. The artist in LB. Oh, the Landbreaker artist. People call this breaker style. Listen to that ear-blasting melody. Kinda addictive. I sent it to Akakuri and the gang. They said I was just trolling them. The artist in LB? Metal Scar Radio really plays anything, huh? Well, their only standard is it interesting? I like that standard. They've played all kinds of stuff. EDM from the Cabal of Tranquility, mysterious percussion from the Hanabit circuit. Those unpredictable melodies. So, Inman, what kind of music do you like? Something upbeat and intense. I enjoy music that's exciting enough to keep things interesting. Your answer really says a lot about you. Alright, I'll recommend some cool tracks to you often, so stay tuned. I honestly hope she does that, and that they end up being like real tracks I can listen to. And when I got an emergency that only you can help with, a batch of supplies for the UWST got delayed during transit. What's the situation? Delayed? What's the situation? I think the logistics robots malfunctioned. They look like tripods. Can you go check the site for me? I think I already did this. Is this a daily quest thing? I think that's how they work. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I think we already did something like that. Murphy's Law Enforcer. That's fucked up. An operator is like someone enforcing the worst. Like anything that can go wrong, will go wrong. An operator just came by with a message. You wanted to talk? I just finished reading Akakuri's team mission report. Did you almost get yourself into a conflict with the local residents again? Yep. Need me to write up or something? I still have a few copies of Reflection left. I can submit them together. You're not even reflecting. Reflections are for those capable of remorse. But I doubt you're one of them. An operator from the HR division has already shown me the past mission reports. Why does it always end up like this? Because the nature of our work, I guess? What? Question mark. Dealing with people is exhausting enough. Having to cater to all these convoluted little schemes is just too much trouble. So I usually just answer people according to what's on their minds. Unfortunately, the individuals we're forced to negotiate with and our team's operations rarely appreciate such directness. What's the thing Benoit Blanc said? don't mistake speaking without thinking as like telling the truth. Something like that. It was in Glass Onion. I remember a point of it, you know, that someone was saying she was always keeping it real and saying what she really thought. But like she was just kind of an idiot and an asshole. So miracle you're alive. Hard to believe anyone could get used to this kind of negotiation. You've been pulling this thing off all along. Mad respect to you. Well, my approach actually has its advantages. If they never intend any harm from the start, then the worst I'll get is a few dirty looks, even if I pop that bubble. But if their intentions were different, then it's safer to make them show their fists early with our skills. Okay, so there is some thought and logic into her very blunt, direct speaking. Why does that make sense to me? But Akakiri clearly had strong opinions about this in the report. You should probably give more thought to your captain who worries about you. Rest assured, so long as no innocent parties were harmed, she won't ramble too much. I'm guessing those so-called locals haven't come to file a complaint or cause trouble yet, have they? If the report made it sound severe, we haven't received any actual feedback. So they really did have something to hide? 100. Since we've got nothing better to do today, why don't I go file a report myself and claim the reward? What do you think? Care to sign your name with mine? I'm good. I'll leave this matter in your hands. Interesting. The Punisher's Guide. Okay, still haven't read Ontils. He's probably going to be the next I read. Edmund, there's been... I don't even know what his voice is. There's been something troubling me lately. After careful consideration, I've decided to seek your advice. I've noticed a significant decline in my deadpan humor skills lately. My joke success rate has flatlined at 0 for quite some time now. Therefore, I'm considering whether my training frequency needs adjustment. Perhaps something from 5 times a week to once daily. Let's hear an example. So your jokes didn't land with the audience? Can you give me an example? Please allow me to process this inquiry. Likely during the last mission, when we encountered a landbreaker ambush. While Catcher was holding the line, I revealed the answer to my earlier riddle. Why do bone crushers always cause trouble? Because they can't stop piping into others' business. I then explained the double meaning of how piping refers both to landbreakers' pipes and their meddling tendencies. Please allow me to process this inquiry, followed by the rest of what he just said there. Is he like fucking Telopsis? Is he a computer brain too? What the hell is he doing? Okay. Please reconsider. That's way funnier than I think anything else I actually said here. I think you might be worried about the wrong thing here. Your issue lies in timing and delivery. Few people have the mental bandwidth for a deadpan humor mid-combat, let alone a joke with its punchline explained. But my timing was deliberate. Back then, Catcher's stress levels had reached a new high. He once told me a relaxed mental state improves combat efficiency. Based on my observations, the corner of his mouth exhibited approximately 1 millimeter of displacement post-choke. He might have developed transient facial neural dysregulation, colloquially known as twitchy mouth syndrome. I like speaking to him in a way that it sounds like he understands. And you see, context determines comedic casualty rates. Edmund, your tactical analysis is peerless. Though currently unable to see or hear me, my laughter subroutine is now stuck in an irrepressible loop. Is he like Telopsis? Eureka, the critical variable is timing. I must deploy jokes at maximally inconvenient intervals. I suspect the previous joke deployments suffered from predictable situational patterns. Catcher likely pre-calculated my humor intervals. Have you considered directly asking Catcher for feedback? You are absolutely correct. I'll go ask him in a bit. Edmund, thank you for your clarification. With the strategic timing parameter unlocked, my comedic operational efficiency will definitely increase. Yeah, good for you, buddy. I hope they hit. Okay, so catcher and whatever this was with Perlica. Living GPS, the opposite of Zorro. Inman. Captain mentioned you're drafting new combat protocols for Z7 and require my assistance. Yeah, need someone who can track down Z7 squad fast for tweaking the plans. Akakuri recommended you. Says you're basically a living GPS. Captain exaggerated. I simply observe our squad members more closely than most. Their patrol patterns are mostly predictable, not difficult to track. Where's Akakuri and Estella? Right now. Captain should be in the mess hall if she's finished the after-action report. We're serving special higashi pastries today, and Estella... High probability she's in the Originium slug cultivation chamber. She's been unusually interested in slug-based cuisine lately. Has asked me multiple times where to find slug-brewed liquor. Ugh. There's multiple things I don't like about that one message. There's like at least 4. Living GPS indeed. I'm leaving the squad tracking to you. Just accumulated experience. Everyone in Z7 is particular. To synchronize properly with each of them requires deeper observation, so I keep an eye on their combat patterns and what they do off-duty. This way, I'm pretty prepped for both the battlefield and downtime. Maybe I don't need to call them in so often. Could just consult you directly. Your trust won't be misplaced, Endman. Though I can't speak for the others on everything. Battle plans? Better check with them direct. Z7's all sort of particular. Copy that. I'll factor in your input. Understood, Endman. Just signal if you need backup. Any hour. I'll clear my schedule first. Won't let it clash with ops. Well, yeah, he sounds like a very reliable guy. Of course, So I got like 2 things I can talk about here. Guinea's illness. Yes, I want to talk about oropathy. The suppressants act fast. We're still studying the nature of oropathy, and the suppressants have undergone quite a few rounds of improvements. The Rhodes Island suppressant can prevent matter released by active originium from crossing cell membranes. Oh, that's good. So it stops it from entering cells. And minimize the formation of complex structures. Unfortunately, we have yet to find a case of an oropathy positive being cured of their condition. In any case, oropathy positives must rely on constant suppressant injections to alleviate their symptoms. Can every patient access and acquire the suppressants? I understand your concerns, Endman, because that's like really important. The suppressants can be easily acquired in various banned cities. People who are constantly exposed to active originium during work... What? Don't go so fast. Are also given preventative medication or an originium protection gear. As an example, Mr. Soth mentioned that UWSD will regularly supply its crewmates and other personnel with medication. The Civilization Band has already reached a consensus regarding oropathy many years ago. The Band Accord has never abandoned the principles of safeguarding the rights of oropathy positives. Although we cannot prevent cases of infection like Ginny, no one would simply abandon an oropathy positive to their fates in this world. Well, I'm glad. I'd be more happy if like oropathy just didn't exist. But, okay. I mean, there's still like, there's still lots of ways that could go wrong, like... What about the Landbreakers? How are they dealing with their infected? Like... I don't know. I don't know. You're hand waving me away with this way too easily, and I'm not comfortable with it. The Bone Crusher clan. So is Nefereth the chief of the Bone Crushers? From what we're seeing right now, it does seem so. The chief might have a hand in the unexpected transformation of the Bone Crushers. Unexpected transformation? Yes, Landbreaker clans, including the Bone Crushers, were constantly engaged in internal strife or inter-clan warfare. No LB clans have their resources to organize a stable military force. Damn it, why does it do that every time? Caravans or smaller villages tend to be the target of Bone Crusher attacks we have on the record. An attack of this scale was unprecedented. LB clans seldom attack sites like the Valley Fort, and none of the attacks ever succeed in capturing the place. Even if the historical LB leader, Jacob Mason, were alive today, he probably couldn't rally the Bone Crushers and take on the UWSD directly. But what got me concerned is something else. It's how she manipulated those things on the bridge. SOW intel about the Bone Crushers never mentioned that den stacks could influence the combat capabilities of the Crushers. Nefereth said something to me on the bridge. She seems to know me very well. She knows you? Understood, Enman. I'll inform SOW. What is SOW? Now, I'll sync this finding with the security agencies of every band accordatories. I must remind them to establish a clue dossier about this Nefereth. Oh, is that like the clues in the base in old Arknights? Okay, I think that's everything. All the text messages, quests. Okay. Can I look at quests? Yes. Okay, I got 2 secondary, 1 daily, 1 tripod. Okay. Now let's do a database. Let's do the enemies, yes. Got some new enemies. I can't just go to the next one from here? No? Okay. Ram A, was that the new one? We've already read most of these ones. I don't... What the fuck is this? When did I fight this? Maybe in one of the things to get XP or whatever. The Soothtaron. ARA-07C has flight capabilities that are wholly unrelated to its morphology. This pattern was originally regarded as biomimicry. However, the modern consensus believes it was a mimic of Terran flying vehicles. Oh, is it mimicking drones? Why are Agaloys mimicking things from Terra? Okay, yeah, I think we read those. Did we read these? I don't think so. A landbreaker armed with basic melee weapons. These common rabble of LB clans tend to be poorly equipped and usually appear in groups. Powdered grass seed. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a keyword. Okay. A landbreaker armed with basic ranged weaponry. Ambushers only receive the most rudimentary training and their shots are inaccurate. Nevertheless, their bolts have claimed more than a few lives. Oh, that's how you view it. Okay, I was like, is there a way to view the model? Found it. There's a search function. Okay. What is... Oh, okay, that's cool. That makes that convenient. What is holding left bunker do? I can go back a file? Okay. Okay. A landbreaker armed with a heavy axe. These massive brutes are way more powerful than their common counterparts and can easily damage defensive works or flip over armored vehicles. Grab attack deals massive damage, I've noticed. Yeah, you can interrupt them. Dodging the charged double axe swings will not be easy. Try to interrupt them instead. Okay. A landbreaker who can wield the originium arts of evocation. Pyromancers are extremely dangerous as they can easily ignite the battlefield with their fiery arts. Deal heat damage, poor mobility. He does do the teleporting. It's kind of annoying. A small bone crusher Rip Tusk. A small war beast controlled by the Landbreakers. These really are like the old like reunion sarcasm mob enemies. A small war beast controlled by the Landbreakers. Rip Tusks are far more bloodthirsty and ferocious than their untamed wilderness kin. They are absolutely loyal to the Landbreakers who tamed them. An elite Landbreaker melee combatant enhanced by fumes known as Haze Fire. This particular LB has better gear, strength, and battle skills. Yeah, same thing. More ferocious, cunning, and attacks with less predictable moves. Such elites are usually seen leading Bone Crusher raiding mobs. Same tips. Bone Crusher Vanguard. Bone Crusher combatant armed with spears and shields. Though armed with weapons crudely cobbled together, the Vanguard has developed a combat technique that unites attack and defense. Practice caution when fighting this foe. Stagger him to shatter his shield. Okay. Rodigan, the Bone-Crushing Fist. Right Fist of Neferith and the most feared Bone Crusher soldier of the clan. Many Landbreakers have challenged Neferith's leadership, only to be utterly crushed by Rodigan's fists. Super heavy enemy uses ventilation pipes to pull in his opponents so that they are close enough to be attacked. Okay, he doesn't resist heat at all. I was worried about using my, like, Leviatane with him, but should be fine. Buffs himself with the power of Den Stacks. Watch and evade his jets of fire. The Pyromancers, yeah, they do resist heat. That does make sense. Do any of the Agaloy resist anything? Oh, these guys resist heat. Nature. Wait, does he resist C? Yeah, higher letter is more they resist. Yes, yes, yes. That's how that works, I remember. So nothing resists electric or cryo, is what I'm noticing. Tunneling Nidworm. A country that spews highly corrosive fluids, nidworms usually live underground. They would dissolve metallic materials with acids before consuming them. Nidworm hunters are therefore advised to take proper care of their weapons. Avoid the poisonous spit. Stepping on it will deal continuous nature damage to the operator. Also resist nature a bit. Wild Axe Armor Beast. This creature is clad with bony plates. It can even ram open thick, heavy alloy gates with its axe-shaped horns. A raging axe armor beast will use its massive horns to chase out enemies intruding its territories. Watch out for its ramming charge. The enemy will perform various large area attacks. Interrupt it when it becomes enraged. Pincer Beast. A wild creature infected by Originium. The large beast carries multiple Originium clusters on and is capable of ripping apart its prey with its sickle-like frontal limbs. Shows up in groups. Acid Originium Slug. A wild creature infected by Originium. This slug secretes an acidic material. When threatened, it will attempt to intimidate its foe by shaking violently and projecting shards from the Originium cluster carried on its back. Timid enemy that retreats into its shell to protect itself. It will also mindlessly fire Originium crystals from its body to intimidate its opponents. It's a drop. Slug meat. I have to look at what these things drop. Axe horn. Slug meat. And that also drops slug meat. Oh, this is corrupted by haze fire. I didn't notice. The creature has also become extremely aggressive, having been driven into a state of rabid insanity. Approach with caution if you do not intend to be split in half by its great axe. Thicker carapace. The Originium cluster on its back is gaining higher levels of activity and makes the creature increasingly aggressive. Okay. All the threat files. Enemies. Weapon files. Can I read the weapons that I don't even have? Oh, let's check. I can, okay. Contingent measure. I'm not gonna try and comprehend all the stats right now. One of the advanced weaponry manufactured by Enfield for the operators, minimalist modular architecture resulted in a lightweight weapon with excellent balance and handling. The blade itself is extremely durable. Wavetide. Mid-tier product of Miasco Industries. Sword features chic, avant-garde designs plus amazing cost-performance index, making it one of the most fashionable choices of the year in the TGCC. Thundering Steel, one of the elite weaponry manufactured by Enfield for their operators. This sword features a seamless grip and guard hilt, and stress-triggered energy storage mechanisms to enhance its damage potential. Really? It's made by Enfield? Oh, yeah, it does say Enfield a little bit there. I was gonna say, Enfield normally has their logo, like, at least 20 times, like, on any given thing they made. But I couldn't really see it there. One of the weapons made by Forgefane. The sword features traditional architecture that made it extremely durable and sturdy. The thick, heavy blade left countless scars upon the permafrost as the front line shifted with the times. Oh. It's called Fort Maker. So it was used in, like, the Agaloy War? Fin Chaser 3.0. A flagship product of the Outdoor Explorer series of North March Support Hub. Rigged outdoor design approaches and portability made it one of the top recommendations by many explorers and hobby anglers. 12 questions. A razor-sharp sword born of the wildlands. Different weaponsmiths would apply decorative wrappings on the weapon in very different ways. Cool looking sword. It's a cool name. OBJ Edge of Lightness. A standard weapon produced by Enfield Industries. Design is provided by the creative prototyping team founded by senior arsenal engineer Opero. The hilt features auxiliary modules that can be taken off. Yeah. Spirant. The first tier weapon released by Hongshan Swordmancers, and also the only one that achieved decent popularity in the market. Many copies have been found in the Wildlands, though. So this is like for Chen, with Swordmancy and stuff. Yeah, lifted. Brand Vision. A quality weapon manufactured by Enfield Industries. Innovations include using experimental originium-based material as the blade body to give it excellent energy conductivity. Yeah, let's just slice them open with originium. What the fuck are we doing, man? Never rest. Oh, it's like a katana. A weapon from the furnaces of Fort Forgefane. Though it has undergone multiple rounds of recasting, the subsumed edge is still imbued with an intimidating force of domination. Is this one also? Yeah, Fort Forgefane. Forgeborn Scathe. One of the razor-edge weaponry forged by the Witching Hour. Special smithing processes resulted in a holy red blade. The arts unit is actually a special liquefied originium that resembles the first drop of blood shed by the ice fields. Shed by the ice fields can shed blood, or like blood shed on the ice fields? What does that mean? Oh. Umbral Torch. A weapon equipped, a next-gen lightweight personal defense solution released by Raytheon Industries. The sword has a special alloy blade and proved quite popular amongst certain professionals. First time Raytheon's been mentioned in these weapons. This is the weapon I chose though, so I remember reading this, but they're all so short. Rapid Ascent. A high-end ornamental weapon from Hongshan Swordmancers. Also for Chen, I'm gonna assume. Does it have staggered? Yeah, against staggered. The weapon is often used as an award for outstanding individuals. The name is finalized after an internal voting process in Hongshan Academy of Sciences. That's what HAS stands for. Thermite Cutter. A basic product from the Pioneer series released by North March Support Hub. The MK4 thermal cutter was constructed using patented thermal materials and delivers powerful cutting performance. Positively reviewed by many UWST crewmates. Eminent Repute. A high-end sword released by Miasco Industries. The finely sculpted and engraved blade also offered reliable performance. This weapon was well received by TGCC elites and upper society. White Knight Nova. Whoa. Cool. Blue. One of the weapons from the furnaces of Fort Forgefane. Also this place, okay. The grip was constructed by using a special rod drawing process to enhance force, damping, and grip. The blade itself was forged with a rare mineral quarried from the wildlands. Looks pretty cool. Okay. And we'll do an operator.
Need defensive. What a beautiful.
Where are you? There you are.
Trying to
Antle.
compose a bad joke for you.
What do you even do, man?
A most impressive battle plan, Administrator.
Arts,
I am glad to be part of your operations.
intellect, strength. Exchange current. Recover some SP. Do all finishers do that?
Contemplation. Computation.
I think they might though.
I am trying.
Contemplate.
Yeah, I think they all
What a
do.
beautiful day. Whoop, whoop.
I think they all do. Okay.
I am trying to compose a
Applies
bad joke
focus with a long duration on the enemy and deals electric damage. An enemy with an active focus also suffers electric susceptibility and heat susceptibility. Focus can only be applied to one enemy at any given time. Okay. It's a debuff. EMP test site. Ugh. It sounds like he's the one I should be using instead of Relica. Helmet trigger. When an enemy with active focus suffers a physical status or arts infliction, triggers one energy explosion on the enemy that deals electric damage and applies another stack of the same physical status or arts infliction. Oh shit. So does he automatically like combo arts to do an arts reaction? Applies temporary electric amp and heat amp to the entire team. Oh damn, I should be using him. Temporarily deal more heat damage. Damn, okay. I like Perlica on the team just because I like having Perlica on the team, but yeah, Antel's good. He's a good support. After an amp teammate skill deals damage, Antel restores said oh, he does healing too. I mean, I don't really care that much for the healing, but the HP restoring effect triggers once every 30 seconds for each operator. It's 30% chance of physical damage immunity and restores HP of self by 27. Okay. Plus, yeah, what strength? Does... What does Ardelia do other than heal again? Nature damage.
Your footsteps, Professor.
She does apply art susceptibility and physical susceptibility. Oh, that's only if the target has corrosion. Controlled operator performs a final strike or an enemy with no stacks of vulnerability, arts prediction, punches. Launches a homing volcanic cloud at a target enemy that deals nature damage when close enough to the target. Volcanic cloud explodes after a short delay, dealing half the nature damage and forcibly applying temporary Oh, she does do an AoE with that. Shit, she may be good too. Because that will apply the corrosion into the susceptibility. And this just deals nature damage and heals. Friendly presence. Battle skill Dolly Rush. It's the yeah. The cops yeah, we'll do party. It heals. Oh, you can just keep doing it? What? Battle skill Dolly Rush improved, triggering the additional effect with an enemy while an enemy with corrosion is nearby. Immediately cast the battle skill again. So she'll hit multiple people with Dolly Rush. Like if you use this and the cloud explodes, hitting lots of people with applying corrosion. A bunch of people, and then you use your skill to consume the corrosion. Will more Mr. Dollies just keep coming out to hit everyone that was just hit with corrosion? If so,
Where are we headed?
that's really good.
I am trying to compose a bad joke for you.
Okay. Let's go profile. Race Savra. Tool assembly device kit bashing. Show Antel a device for the first time, and he'll quickly come up with a dozen plans to disassemble and modify it. Expertise 2. Situational analysis, puzzle solving. Hardly any riddles can beat Antel, but riddles and puzzles on the newspaper are another thing. Hobbies 1. Mind honing, gameplay analyst. Antel never cared about winning or losing, but he always ends up winning. Hobbies 2. Creative humor, sensitivity training. Antel believes that constant practice will make him the master guru of lame jokes. Codename Antel. Male, Endfield Industries. Date of birth April 10th. Race Savra, or with the infection status negative. Integrated physical examination. Strength normal. Combat skill standard. Tactical acumen normal. Arts assimilation outstanding. HR summary. Operator Antel is a member of Operations Team Z7. He was previously involved in Endfield Industries' Originium machine automation research project. Antel later transferred to the Specialist Tech Division following Operator Akakuri's special recommendations. Oh, he joined on Akakuri's recommendation. Antel never hides his thoughts. When I asked him about his academic background as part of my routine inquiry process, he provided a comprehensive list of courses he took in every semester, as well as his academic achievements. Nevertheless, this proves that Antel is passionate about his field of expertise and solemnly responds to various questions. As I was preparing to conclude the interview, which Antel had extended to nearly 3 hours, he curiously asked me if I have a humor appreciation system. He also offered to test the system for me, if I did not mind. So he does not have neuropathy, so he does not have neuropathy in his brain to make him like a computer like Telopsis. He just is like that, I guess. Antel is not cold or unsociable, or is not as cold or unsociable as he appears. Everyone who actually talked to him would agree with this statement. No one expected this stern-faced dude obsessed with originium technology and sciences to be equally passionate about lame jokes. Why would this techie tell jokes so bad that no one would need to devote all their brain juices and logical reasoning to fathom? Is he doing this to boost his sense of humor? When you look at his expressionless face and realize that he's doing his best to make you laugh, you might also find it difficult to determine why you ended up laughing anyway. Is it because of his lame jokes or the stark contrast presented by his physical form? Akikuri, Antel's team captain, has maintained extreme optimism about this quirk. At least he's sincere. Though there are times when he fails to read the context, for example, he may get a sudden urge to show off his sense of humor in the face of hostility. Unfortunately, the enemies often think otherwise. To Antel, being someone interesting may have become a lifelong pursuit, and he treats everyone as instructors capable of reviewing his performance. It doesn't matter if they are fellow teammates of Op Team Z7 or fellow Enfielders whom he only met once. Antel would humbly seek advice from anyone deemed capable of sharing valuable recommendations. Recently, Antel placed his antics on hold as a particular individual stepped up to the game and volunteered to offer constant feedback. Hold on, it's voluntary, right? I don't know if there are other people capable of laughing even before Antel finishes his bad jokes. Yes, we're talking about our administrator, who would, with the greatest patience, hang out with Antel and listen to everything he has to say, ranging from eureka moments of inventive ideas to hour-long science lectures that he suddenly initiates when he finds an opportunity to do so. In a particular memorable moment, Antel tried to persuade the Endman to take off the mask. His excuse was to apply certain mods, like a pair of beam-firing eyes. Of course, Akikuri happened to be nearby, and she fiercely reprimanded Antel's action. The operator was forced to write a 6,000-word self-examination essay, and read it aloud before the Endman on the following day. Oh my god. Of course, this punishment was hardly effective to Antel. It'd only take a few days before his creative mind starts to formulate other interesting ideas. I like him. I like him a lot. He's pretty funny.
Another shift begins. Who's the test subject this time? A mission for me? Good. I happen to be seeking field testing opportunities for modified orbiters. If you have a plan, just give your orders. I have faith in your judgment. A new and uncalibrated weapon. I was subjected to a round of performance evaluations. The new gear presents significant improvements. However, it snags against my dermal scales. I appreciate the instructions. A new train of thought has been inspired. A most impressive battle plan, Administrator. I am glad to be part of your operations. Antal of Op Z7 reporting for duty.
I've heard that enough. Okay.
To discuss with me, I am trying to compose a bad joke for you. A new job assignment? Affirmative. I am open to questions related to Originium devices, in addition to other things. May I inspect your weaponry, Endman? The only issue I see is the wearing down of certain components. Replacing a single precision Originium component will fix it. This repair job won't be much trouble. I offer this service for every individual in Team Z7. Conventions of socialization dictate that people exchange gifts to convey their feelings. I have prepared this particular gift for you, recipient. I am grateful. I understand what it means to offer a gift, and I shall treasure this offering. Joining Endfield was not a difficult choice. You offer new technologies that are absent in the Academy. The scientific society can be overly conservative in the advancement of certain fields. Endfield, however, offers an admirable spirit of exploration, innovation, and practical applications.
Interesting, interesting. I could understand that perspective and wanting to come here for that. So you're saying HIS would probably not be okay with some of the things that Enfield is really pushing hard, huh?
Fluorite taught me a card game for passing the time. She also told me that the loser must do anything for the winner.
Don't listen to everything she says.
She is now obliged to give me 5 one-on-one sessions on quickly becoming a joyful partner in conversations.
Oh. I guess she played stupid games, won stupid prizes.
No, I cannot go. I have hunted down an Angelos without reporting to my captain. She has punished me by denying me nighttime feeding privileges at the canteen.
No, Akikuri said no dinner for
Why
you.
did I choose Z7 instead of an R&D project? The R&D center was my initial interest, but Captain Akekuri was my interviewer. She believes that modified Originium devices should be taken out of the lab and subject to actual combat scenarios. This will better identify their issues. I concur.
So he can.
Therefore, I joined her team.
So he can fiddle with more Originium devices. Is why
do I
he's on the
obsess
combat
about
team.
bad
Okay.
jokes? During my schooling days, people complained about my lack of humor. I agree with them. My defect must be corrected.
Oh, don't worry about it too much, man.
My
Don't call it a
grandmother told me
defect.
she was happy I left home for Endfield.
Charm point.
She treated this as an opportunity to get me
But
off
also,
the
if you
reading
want to,
and Originium
you can
devices.
practice.
She hoped I would learn about getting along with teammates and even make a friend.
Oh, grandmother sounds nice.
Captain Akakuri. She recruited me and is very friendly. I heed all her instructions. Though she says our team is doing okay, she often loses sleep and would pace about in the middle of the night. She refuses to divulge the reasons. I hope you may tell me why, Endman. Catcher is responsible for preparing the rations during field operations. He wields kitchenware better than how I wield my orbiters. When it rains, however, he refuses to talk, but neither does he object to my presence. I find this rather perplexing.
He just likes being around you, but he's not a
I
talker.
consider Fluorite to be a fellow scaly friend of mine to some degree. I find her strong, powerful tail attractive. She forbade me from making tactile
Oh my
assessments.
fucking god.
Fluorite is also an artful conversationalist. I can learn
You
much
sure
from
can,
her.
buddy. Just be careful. Be careful around here. Jesus Christ, I love this
When
dude.
entering a
Wait.
battle, I need to consider defending Estella. We both share reflective and conspicuous skin tones. It is a key concern that dangerously exposes us in battle.
We're both white as fuck, that is correct.
Good. A new discovery has been made.
Like, literally.
We should take a look at that key discovery. Allow me to investigate this mystery. Elite hostile unit detected. Minerals serve multiple purposes. We should gather some. This will boost our efficiency. Rich resource stash found. We should sort through it to identify gear maintenance materials. Some Auralines suddenly move away when we approach. Why? Can it be some form of energy-based repulsion? Does this mean we have achieved better understanding of the Blight? People are not machines, and must set aside time for rest. Initiating emergency treatment. Nominal conditions restored. Hostile attack order detected. Conditions suboptimal, but still functional. Train of thought derailed. Support unavailable. An outstanding performance. We achieved tacit synergy. Thank you, but I could have done better. A definitive outcome. Arts unit. Optimal. Focus on the battle. I shall provide covering fire. New knowledge gained. Mission complete. It was a walk on a cake.
What? Like a piece of cake and a walk in the park?
Everyone has been indispensable to the team.
It kind of
Our
broke my
results
brain
are
for a second, I don't know why.
Despite the unexpected variables of combat, tabulations of losses incurred showed that extraction was the best solution for the team. Flaw sighted. Paralyze. Direction set. Target locked. Max output. Fully energized. Unit prepped and hot. Critical sap. Hasten victory. Ion burst. Voltaic surge. Victory electrified. Circuit amplified. Time to power up.
I like his old lines. Alright. I like him a lot, actually. He's very charming. I like you, Antal. I really like Op Team Z7. They're very fun. I look forward to your alters in the future. Hopefully none of you die.
I am trying to compose a bad joke for you.
Okay. What I got for friends? More friend requests. Oh yeah, I'll accept. Let me go. Another game survey? Okay, I guess there's another one to do. Do that at some point. Let's do item file. Let's do some item files. Combat record. Storage device that combat video recordings. No operators can use this to acquire combat. Okay. Any interesting things here to read? Doesn't really look like it. Also features interviews conducted with operators who excelled in various training exercises. This is also furnished with simulations of historical battles so that viewers can better appreciate the brutal nature of wars fought upon Talos 2. Damn. Advanced cognitive carrier. A lot of experience. Thanks to a data storage unit developed by Endfield Industries is compatible with various data access devices. New operators can use it to effectively acquire combat knowledge. Thanks to support offered Cabal of Tranquility, this carrier features data compression technology and thus stores even more information. Proto disk. To U1 or E2. A special disk manufactured using Techno Protocol and standard data etching processes, often used with other devices to effectively alleviate physical fatigue of operators during training, or making them less tired. They can promote. Same thing. Protoprism. Upgrades operator skills. Special crystal prism manufactured using Techno Protocol and standard crystallization processes, often combined with other devices to improve physiological absorption of enhancement materials. Kind of enhancement materials. Like the mushrooms. Mark of Perseverance. A rare material that upgrades operator skill mastery. The perseverance of life and continuation of civilization have left their marks upon this place. Yes, Civilite Eterna type thing. Arms Inspector. We get shit, what's it called again? The class change. We get some class change stuff, that'd be cool. Like, oh, I mean Edmund could do it, right? Like, I won't say what it is in Arknights, but like Genshin Protag. A single-use micro-device with AIC technology provides automated inspection of weapon parts, also repairs internal material damage, and slightly enhances weapon performance. So these are weapon XP thing. They'll just kind of say the same thing. Material that tunes weapons. A casting die made using rare materials. Techno Protocol activation lets this die enhance general material strengths in weapons. Virginium ore. A raw formation of virginium unearthed in its most natural form. This can be processed in the AIC. Basic material necessary to support most industrial production. Amethyst ore. An ore containing a purple-colored crystalline material can be processed with the AIC. Amethyst has a wide range of uses in precision manufacturing. The crystal is one of the essential basic materials in the electronic industry of Talos 2. Buckflower. A plant with brightly colored flowers that can be gathered from the wilderness or planted in the AIC. Shred it to make medication. When the war just began, a Hongshan recon team discovered a plant with brightly colored flowers. Extracts of this plant can be used as an anti-hemorrhagic agent. One of the first things they found. buckflower seed. Seeds picked from the buckflower plant. Cultivate them to raise buckflowers. The buckflower earned its name as it was first found under a natural arch that resembled a bucking, jumping beast. Okay. Citron. Fruit that can be gathered from the wilderness or planted in the AIC to make food or materials for other products. Citrons are part of the botanical genus of Zitros. It usually grows in the central continental region of Talos II. The species and cultivars grown in the civilization band tend to yield large fruits with tough, fibrous flesh. This item... okay. Citron seed. Hobby botanists and gardeners of the civilization band once voted for the most common plants in the Wilderlands. Buckflowers and citrons both made it to the top 10 of the list. Acatine. A plant that can be gathered from the wilderness or cultivated. It contains flammable and explosive substances that can be used to make industrial explosives. Acatine is a species of flora native to Talos II. It usually grows at places with unique soil composition. A siege pick from the Acatine plant. Nitrates can be extracted from the Acatine. Scientists believe this is caused by the absorption of rainwater with excessively high levels of blighted materials. Oh. So, nitrates can be found in blighted materials? In blighted rainfall? Wood. Let's chop down some trees first. Firebuckle. Plant with extremely brightly colored flowers that grows in the wild. Can be used for treatment and the making of fine food and medicine. Fine F&M. Firebuckles do not provide seeds. Buckflowers bloom in mid-April. Plants with the most fiery red flowers would be called firebuckles. Oh, so they're like most ripe buckflowers. Umbraline. A plant with special fruits that grows in the wild. Around 12 major citron cultivars are currently sold in the markets of the civilization band. They come in all sorts of names and offer different juiciness and sugar content. However, they are all citrons. And that's what this is, a citrus fruit, I'm assuming. Reed rye. This crop can only... can be directly used in making quality food and pharmaceuticals. Reed rye is a hardy cereal with an impressive yield. It is the staple food of most settlers in the frontier. Reed rye seeds carefully selected for their generous size and vitality. Glowbug. A small flying originium bug. Oh, this is an originium bug? Can be used to produce other materials. A Telosian creature affected by originium. These little bugs can give off a gentle glow. Make something, I don't know. Hard agagrit. Gatherable from rams or heavy rams. Strange minerals can sometimes be gathered from the agaloy's ramming horns. It can be used as a food marinade to give it special flavors. Why are we eating agaloy? Then why don't we instead of like destroying an anchor core, we make a farm around an anchor? I guess we're using it to marinate the food. We're using the minerals to marinate the food, not eating it. Okay, never mind. Energized agagrit. Strange minerals can sometimes be gathered from the agaloy's energy-focused tail stingers. They can be used as a food marinade to give it special flavors. Gatherable from defeated Bone Crusher raiders. Bone Crusher, blah blah blah. Can be used to make fine food and medicine. Can of dried powder with beats of seed chaff and coats. Powder is slightly toxic, and the Landbreakers seem to consume it like an instant energy drink mix. However, there is no discounting the possibility that the powder might be used as seasoning. Are they using it like fucking energy powder? Some kind? Okay. Fillet. Wild tusk beast, bone crusher, rip tusks. Filet meat. Yep. Slug meat. Meat is rich in protein and can be meticulously prepared to remove all originium dust and particles from the tissues. I don't know. Are we eating originium slugs? I forget. Is that a thing in a regular Arknights? We bite. I don't remember. That sounds dangerous though, but people eat dangerous shit all the time, I guess. I'm not an expert cook. I don't know how dangerous that is. That scares me though. Ninworms have whiskers growing on their heads. These appendages appear to be tree roots and serve as sensory organs. These whiskers are naturally shed when spring gives way to summer. Although they offer limited nutritional value, they have an incredible texture. Okay. All good ingredients. Cartilage bit. Gathered from bone crusher pyromancers. Crushed beast cartilage, bone crusher pyromancers would usually use this as fuel for their den stacks. However, haze fire is not produced by burning cartilage. Rather, the pyromancers burn the beast remains as a mean of convincing themselves of their victory at hand. Oh, so it's like a ritual. Shattered axe blade. Bone crusher executioners. The dried bloodstains serve as a proof of its past. The razor and zealotry, once personified, are now yours. No available formulas yet. Okay. Axe horn. Massive horn of the axe armor beast, broken during intense battle. Warriors would only drop their weapons when slain. Same applies to axe armor beasts. Pink bullet. Toxicity of the ruby bullet would be extremely high when the spore camp reaches a certain size and starts acquiring a reddish hue. This is the pink stage. Why do they need this to, like, level up? Calcodendra. Oh, yeah, why does this promote level 20 operators? I don't get it. What did the other promoting items say? Alleviate physical fatigue of operators during training. So maybe this just makes them less tired, I guess, when used with the other thing. Dendra extracts were once used as an emergency medication. Nyxites are also known as the ancient mineral and symbolize an age of destruction of such a scale never witnessed by humanity. They come in various hues. That's kind of weird. AIC products. Carbon. Carbon captured from refinery incineration of plant matter can be used to produce other materials. During the war, Endfield Industries managed to optimize their waste emission carbon capture technology. That's nice. Origo crust. Crystalline crust acquired by delamination of originium. What does delamination mean? Is it like the opposite of laminating something? Delamination. In nation meaning. Separation into constituent layers. So you're cutting something into thinner and thinner layers. That's what this is. A very thin piece of originium. The thickness of the crystalline crust encasing an originium formation, referred to as an origo crust, is often used to determine the age of originium vein. Amethyst fiber. Fiber is made by refining amethyst ore. Factory-drawn amethyst fibers exhibit vastly increased strength. Carbon powder. All different kinds of powder. Can be shredded to yield a processed product with improved homogeneity. Really fine powder. Amethyst powder. Acetine powder. It is easier to extract target materials and substances from shredded acetine. It's all like when you shred coffee. Grind coffee. Amethyst bottle. Get different extraction yields. A bottle made by processing amethyst fibers. Amethyst bottles are being phased out from the markets in the civilization ban due to its fragility, weight, and blight resistance. Ferricium bottle. A metallic bottle using ferrium. Metallic bottle rarely seen in the market. Although ferrium metal offers better resistance against oxidation, people still prefer the steel variant. Amethyst part. An amethyst part with a wide range of uses. Why do we like amethyst? A wide range of uses. In the electronic industry of Talos 2, so it's electricity. It's like silicon, amethyst, kind of, I think. Is the idea here. Amethyst component. The full name of this component is Biocore Adaptive Single-Use Protocol Mold. BASUPM. I don't know. Amethyst is the main material used for producing this, like a little disc. LC Valley Battery. Battery packaged by AIC factory facilities can be used to supply power. Use and handle with care. Contents are hazardous to health. Compromising casing integrity might cause said contents to leak. Industrial explosive. Is a dangerous explosive. Carry and use with care. Buckflower powder. No lore, just a use. Oh, there it is. Shredding would greatly improve the pharmaceutical effectiveness of buckflower. Shredding would greatly improve the flowers of citron. Simple powdered preparation of fire buckle. You can use it to treat wounds, but its pharmaceutical potential goes way beyond that. Simple blended preparation that can be consumed by mixing with some water. If you're unlucky, you might get some bitter bits of rind in your pack. A simple capsule made with crafting. It is quite leaky, and shaking it around might reduce its potency. A capsule prepared using the process of standard pharmaceutical packaging. Enfield Industries once tried to market this, but the amount sold barely came to a fraction of the competing Rhodes Island product. We're trying to, like, compete with Rhodes Island in their pharmaceuticals. Okay. A cheap can of citrums. This serves as an accessible source of vitamins for settlers in the wildlands. Citron now comes with revolutionary packaging. However, this was poorly received in the civilization ban due to its excessive sugar content. Well, I made like soda. I made like citrus soda. Then get some 7-Up or something. A bottle of ingestible medicinal pills you made with crafting. This one offers a larger dosage compared to its basic counterpart. Blended mix made with simple filling. It has a very invigorating aroma of citrons. This one offers a larger dosage. Okay. Arts file. Booster packaged in a vial imbued with special originium arts. The contents activate the user's vitals, excite the nervous system, and accelerate adrenaline secretion. Oh, it's, I forget what, some kind of stimulant. I forget what it's called. Okay. Despite the meaty buckflower stew, despite the absolute lack of meat, this dish has a rich, hearty taste. Aggregate seasoning may indeed revolutionize certain approaches to the culinary arts. Seasoning things with the fucking dead monsters. With grinding them into salt. Zeska style fillet. A wholly black fillet with bits of bone inside it. Ew. Zeskamum cuisine? Probably not. This feels more like a landbreaker's fantasy about Zeskamum food. That does not sound good. It was made with that stuff found from, you get from the landbreakers. Powdered grass seed. Powdered grass seed. Okay. Instant bone soup. That also doesn't sound pleasant. This is with the cartilage bit. A soup mix of aggregate seasoning and special bone meal. Just add hot water. Despite its savory and wholesome flavors, tasters can't help but weirdly fantasize if the soup mix is just as good without the bone meal. Yeah, I would also wonder if the bone meal's really necessary. Stew meeting. A basin full of criminally generous riches. It is obvious that this is prepared with more than one type of meat. Help yourself to a bowl or two. Such normal-looking food is a rarity, considering it was made in a hostile environment. That's fine. What? It's slug meat? Yeah. Lay in slug meat. Mini honey sludge pudding. Citron-flavored pudding with balanced sour and sweet flavors. Bits of aggregate were added during boiling. Originium slug extracts were then used to solidify the entire thing. This cloyingly sweet aroma is simply magnificent. So it's got slug meat, some ground up monster pieces, and ground up lemons. Cool. Soda turning meat soup. Or sod turning meat soup. Got the knitworm whiskers in it. It's buckflower and citron. A meat soup with a fruity flavor. What did people eat when construction began in Valley 4? There are plenty of stories around, but many veterans claim they had a fruity meat stew when they turned the sod. Cartilage tack. Ooh. This is powdered grass seed, cartilage bit, and redry. It looks like a yummy star-shaped cookie, but I don't like those ingredients. Well, it's got redry, I guess. Savory cookies with bits of cartilaginous material inside it. Looks cute, but have an extremely dry and gagging taste. This recipe was rumored to be a landbreaker creation. It would seem that these raiders are actually capable of focusing on the details. A rare occasion indeed. They made little star-shaped cookies out of the grossest shit imaginable. Okay. Aerospace Material 1. I mean, I guess it's just... I don't know what's in these little vials. I don't really trust them. Basic construction metal can be used to upgrade... We can upgrade the design. Only use these materials within the effective range of protocol facilities. If this material exhibits any sign of warping or discoloration, immediately contact the administrator or Supervisor Perlica. So I'm assuming these are space station materials, and yeah, you don't want those things fucking up. Basic AIC index. Yes. A small electrical device that records AIC factory performance in Valley 4, connected to the PAC to adjust techno-protocol deployment balance. Valley stock bill. Stock bills issued in Valley 4 and only usable in the said region. They have all sorts of uses. Pursuant to relevant provisions of the Band Accord, all signatories shall, in addition to simultaneously guaranteeing that Telosian credit notes provide a currency circulation sufficient for the civil economy, guarantee a commodity stockpile sufficient for the agreed-upon supply of such types of allocation orders, so as to achieve an orderly and effective joint allocation during extraordinary circumstances. Yeah, Monday. Basic expansion core. A special device containing environmental data of Valley 4. Connect this to the automation core to expand its data processing capabilities. Alright. That's all the items. Just got facility files, gear files, weapon files, and a couple of operator stuff. Then we'll be done. But for now, that's where I will also call this episode. It's fun. Only a little bit more reading to go. Only a little bit more. And then we can continue playing this game. That's been out for like a week now. Alright. Good night.